Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about DC Pride again because they think they slick. Y'all think y'all slick, and you want to know how I know they think they slick is because they just announced that Kevin Conroy will be writing a story in the anthology series called Finding Batman, and I'm like, so use one of the greatest Batmans to write a LGBT story to try to what? Boost some sales? Oh, okay, sure, DC. You funny, but it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. A lot of us still ain't gonna buy that goddamn book. We don't care. We honestly don't care. A lot of us do not care. You know? And it's kind of funny, you know, oh, now all of a sudden, now that we're pandering, oh, let's take Kevin Conroy, who is openly gay, which did not know that until today. Never knew the man. I mean, I never knew anything about the man's personal life, which, you know, hey, it is what it is. I shouldn't know anything about his personal life anyway. So this is the first for me hearing that he's gay. But anyway, oh yeah, let's take the actor who voices Batman in one of the greatest Batman shows of all time, and you know, because he's gay, let's get him to write a gay story for DC Pride. And you know, Kevin Conroy stated that it's going to be very personal for him, and I get it. I mean, you know, Batman means a lot of things to other people, and that's great, but people still ain't about to buy this book. People still ain't about to buy this book. A majority of your audience do not care. They do not care. They want a good comic book stories and stop retconning traditional characters and making them LGBT to try to please a small minute of readers. I mean, of people. I'm not even gonna say readers, because a lot of them, they just only do it because they're on Twitter and they can be like, yay, look at me, and all that kind of stuff, and you're just like, okay, whatever. You don't care about these characters. You never cared about these characters. Just like I was telling the artists that did the Pride, I was like, y'all always try to pretend like y'all cared about these damn characters beforehand when y'all didn't. Now all of a sudden, now that they're LGBT, oh my God, this is amazing. Weren't they amazing before they were straight? I mean, before they were gay? Yeah, right? Oh, okay. Nah, because you didn't support them when they were straight, but now that they're gay, oh, let's support them. While all the audience is like, this doesn't make any logical sense. You know? I just kind of find it funny that DC threw Kevin Conroy out there and was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yep. Y'all are fun tea. Y'all funny. You is definitely funny about that. But no, I'm sorry. It ain't enough of Kevin Conroy to sell that book, because remember the actress who played Dreamer from Supergirl, she wrote a story and it was you know, I think her name is Nicole Maines, I believe. I hope I'm saying her name right. Because she was a transgender, and her character is transgender as well, but she's also a superhero too. So that's a plus, you know. Finally, you know, that was something right there. But you know, I don't know, because I don't really know if Kevin Conroy wrote before, so it's going to be skeptical. I mean, some people are going to buy it just for curiosity or whatever, and I'm quite sure there's probably going to, now that they announced it, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Batman the Animated Series variant cover of DC Pride, because, you know, why not? You know, they gotta continue to constantly keep doing this nonsense down our throats, even though, you know, it just doesn't make the sense God gave, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's just my opinion. Oh shit. That's just my opinion. What is this car doing? Jesus Christ, these cars are going mighty slow. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, not that, you know, I'm not saying that Batman didn't mean anything to Kevin Kevin Conroy because it did. I mean, which led him to voice the character. He had to like Batman on some kind of level. But I just hope it wasn't. I just hope the story ain't some kind of, oh, you know, I was this gay guy and I didn't think gay people can be superheroes, and, you know, I proved everyone wrong and now I voice Batman and something. You know what I'm saying? Because the story is supposed to be a personal story for him, and it's also a story about Batman too. So we will see. I am not that. I mean, I'm not excited for it because I just think that it's pandering bull crap just to try to convince people like, oh, look, see, if the voice of Batman is gay, that means that anybody can be gay, or, you know, you should approve of this, or you should like it. You guys like Kevin Conroy and he's gay, but how come you don't like when we take other characters like Batwoman, I mean not Batwoman, but Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Nubia, Aqualad, John Kent, Superboy, some non-binary Flash? Like, why you guys don't like that character, but you guys like Kevin Conroy? Yeah, we like Kevin Conroy because of his work of art. I like Neil Patrick Harris, and the man's gay as hell, but he plays a lot of straight roles. That don't necessarily mean I want him to start. I want him, all his characters, to start being LGBT just because he's LGBT. That doesn't make logical sense. You know? That's the thing that I want people to understand. Nobody wants this nonsense. Nobody wants this at all. And then, you know, the artist that got teamed up with him is J-Bone, which J-Bone is a Canadian comic book artist. They have done work for DC, best known for Batman Brave and the Bold stuff. But, you know, I checked out the Instagram and I'm just like, oh boy, this book about to be damn gay, ain't it? And again, that's saying something because it's DC Pride, but sometimes when they get artists and they get like gay artists who artwork really isn't suitable to comics, that majority of the mainstream audience will be okay with, and they think if they can like do it here, it'll be something cool. But all it does is just be like, what happened to American comic book art? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I want them to find, if you're gonna get gay artists, and you're gonna get, I want somebody who can draw like Phil Hernandez. Yeah, if you're not gonna find people that can draw like his ass, then, you know, y'all gotta stop. To be honest, like, too many of the artists, Travis Moore, Lucarno, Vero, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too many of these artists that work where the characters look like, you know, pretty boys and pretty girls and, you know, gay paintings and gay illustrations instead of actual comic book illustrations of the characters. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. At least if you're going to convince me that these are comic book characters, at least make them look like comic book characters. You know? When the works from the 90s is looking better than today's work, you fucked up. You fucked up. You know what I mean? So it's something, to be honest. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm just saying, like, I just think it's kind of wrong of them to try to throw out Kevin Conroy to try to pander. I understand that this is probably a personal story, but it's just like, oh, now you want to bring him out to tell a story. You know what I'm saying? What could have been cool is if you wanted Kevin Conroy to tell a story, what you could have did is, here's what I would have did. If you really wanted Kevin Conroy to tell a story about finding Batman, right? What could have happened is it could have been a one-shot story in Batman where this gay guy, you know, he was saved by Batman, and he lives in Gotham City. His life is a little crappy, or whatever, and, you know, one day he went down the wrong alley or whatever. He got mugged. He was getting mugged, and he almost got, you know what, right? And Batman comes to save him or whatever. This right here changes his life, where, you know, he starts looking at Batman in a different light, because Batman talks to him and asks him, is he okay or whatever. And, he thinking that Batman might not like him because he's, LGBT. But then, Batman being Batman, kind of talks to him. If you guys seen like this, there was the Alex Ross Batman book where it's kind of like the same thing. We're going with that kind of story right there. And it's a montage of him seeing Batman heroically saving people, and that kind of gives him the confident boost to like change his life around, and how finding Batman found himself, and he was confident enough, and maybe he was confident enough to come out the closet to his family members or something like that, while still telling a compelling Batman story. I know it's not perfect or anything, but I think that could have really worked in a good one-shot Batman story, instead of like waiting until it's Pride to do it. You could have just easily did that like as a filler story, from like transitioning the one story to the next, to the newest arc in Batman. That would have been amazing. That could have been something, and it even could have inspired him to be either work for the police or become a detective, and then towards the end it can be like him teaming up with Batman to stop this criminal who done strang up a group of LGBT people. You know what I'm saying? And he helps Batman take down the criminal and stuff like that. And then he can always remind Batman like, hey, you were very inspirational for me, and you changed my life or whatever and stuff like that. Something like that would work. That could also create an arc, and then the character could become a recurring character that can easily team up or help Batman. It just all depends on how you want to work it, instead of waiting until it's Pride Month and it was like, hey, Kevin Conroy, you want to write a story? Like, you get what I'm saying? You see how I'm saying that that's so pandering? When how long have Kevin Conroy been working for DC and voicing Batman? Come on now, come on somebody, come on somebody. I'm just saying. I just find it funny. I just like, you tried it, DC. You tried it. But not even Kevin Conroy is enough to sell that goddamn comic book. That's just my opinion. There are going to be some people who are going to disagree, but hey, when do they not disagree? But it is what it is. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.